Hi, how you doing? This is Blair, aka Tez Led here. Hello. Bringing you a gameplay commentary, Black Ops motherfucker. Shit. And I'm bringing you my commentary of the week's folks, and today we are going to be discussing and talking about my thoughts on the community that is Call of Duty. Now, I'm going to start from the start, right, and from where I started off in Call of Duty and pretty much in gaming altogether was with Call of Duty 4. Now, Call of Duty 4 is my favourite game of all time, right, and I think it's because of this reason. I think it's because of, it was like the first time I ever played a Call of Duty game. It was some of my first experience online play, and my first experience in meeting friends online and playing with them, and staying up all night playing games and having a laugh, and it was great fun. And that's what I want to talk about, is that part of the community and how that's growing, and what the difference I see in the community from when I first started playing to right now. Back in those days in COD 4, it was brilliant. I mean, the communicating was quite tough to do in certain games because a lot of people didn't have mics then, but like a lot of people in comparison to the PlayStation were talking on their mics, because like when you first bought like your Xbox Arcade, you got a chat mic with it, right? Now that's pure genius for me. I mean, they gave you the mic with it. Nowadays when you buy the Slim console, you don't get a mic, and they don't even give you a wireless one or a wired one. And back then when you bought your arcade, or your console, the white one with the big hard drive in it, or a hard drive in it at all, then you always came with your microphone, your little headset, and it's nothing special, but it done a job. It helped you communicate, and you could talk, and it was clear, and you could hear other people. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't the best for hearing them, but I mean, you could talk, and that I think that was a big thing when I first bought my Slim. I was like, oh my god, there isn't actually a mic in this. What's happening here? I mean, like, part of it, the whole online gaming community is communication, talking to people, and that kind of, like, when I seen that first upset me, I was like, oh well, I'm gonna have to buy a mic now, or I'm alright because I've already got one. But it just seemed a bit weird to me that when it first came out, they were giving mics with it, and that's what I noticed a big difference between PlayStation and Xbox. Is a lot more people talking Xbox because they did have mics back then. Now, that was an ideal for me because that's when I first started playing, and I didn't really know too much about Call of Duty, and I was just starting up, and then I ended up bumping into a group of guys, and they were brilliant, and we got chatting away and talking away, and like we were all talking about different kind of styles of gaming and how we play. And I mean, back then, like, YouTube wasn't anything big. Nobody was doing gameplay commentary, so it was just about what you picked up from playing the game, pretty much, and watching the odd video here and there. But nobody was really uploading videos at this point, so it was good just to talk and communicate with people and have a bit of a laugh. And I think that's why what made me first fall in love with Call of Duty was playing that game, and meeting these great bunch of lads. They were all friends in real life, but I was kind of the outcast, but then I kind of slowly worked my way in there, and we got talking all the time. We used to play every single weekend, weeknights, and it was brilliant. We'd all know what was going on with each other, and it would be a laugh. And we were at that time, Facebook wasn't even out. That's just how long ago this was. Facebook wasn't even out. It was Bebo that everybody was into, and we communicated through Bebo as well. And that helped me play that game so much, and like it really got me into the game, and really got me into playing with these guys and playing as a team as well. And we never really played any. We never played any competitive gameplay, but we used to play a lot of private matches as well, and that was great fun as well. And I just think that's what it's all about. And when World at War came out, what actually happened was I got Red Ring of Death, right, and then I lost contact with this group of guys. So I was like, oh my god, I can't fucking believe this. So what I done was I went and bought a cheap Xbox. I got back online, got back in touch with these guys, and it was all good again. We got playing, and it was great fun. But then what happened was I went and got my Xbox chipped, and then obviously I got banned from Xbox Live. So I was like, oh fuck the Xbox, I fucking hate the Xbox, never playing it again. So then I moved on to PlayStation, and that's when I got my PlayStation. Now from then on, like, I was lucky enough though, my friend Mark, he got his Xbox chipped as well. So at the same time, the both of us were fucked. So at the same time, you know, like, as soon as I heard that my Xbox was banned and I wasn't going to be able to play on live, the first thing I done that next morning was phone my mum up and go, "Mum, please give me fucking £300. I need to go and buy a PlayStation right now." She said no, but then I begged her and begged her, and she gave me the money to do it, and I bought it. And then I went down there the next day and I bought that PlayStation, and it was brilliant at first. And then the flaws came. No one was talking, no one was communicating, and when you did talk and communicate, you found something where it actually had the mic on. They were just like, you know, it was Bluetooth. No, they're not very good, the Bluetooth headsets, in my opinion. Obviously, the better the Bluetooth headset you've got, you know, the better it's going to be. But like, I'm not going to go out and spend £30-40 on a, you know, a Bluetooth headset just for the PlayStation. I bought the official PlayStation mic itself, but it was just rubbish and just didn't help me communicate with my MD at all. So that was one of the big differences I noticed in the community, was the divide between consoles, between Xbox and PlayStation. Now, for me, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fucking Xbox lover. Well, I love my Xbox to bits, and that's my favourite console out of the two. I still have my PlayStation and I still play it, but I just don't play it as much as what I play my Xbox, simply because I love the controller. Now, don't get me wrong, as I got into my PlayStation, I did meet a bunch of lads on that as well, and that was Nutcase and Gurmit, and I met these two lads, and it was Gaz on 1985 and there was Marcus on Fire. And when we played together, that brought back those memories of me when I was playing COD 4, and that was really good. So the community is there, you just got to try and find them, you know. And that helped me play the PlayStation a lot as well. And those guys were brilliant, you know, we used to just have a laugh with them as well. And I think that's what it's all about for me. It's not too much, I can take it serious a lot of times, and that's when I end up getting lost and I end up at my worst. I always play best when I'm playing with friends and I'm feeling confident, because I know I've got a team that I can rely on, rather than a team of fucking idiots. It's not going to have my back or, you know, communicate with me at all. So I definitely loved that, and then got playing with those guys. But then one day, I don't know, in fact it was Christmas, my girlfriend bought me an Xbox for Christmas again, and then all that just came flooding right back to me, and I've never looked back. I still play with PlayStation to this day, but I don't play it anywhere as often. I play things like FIFA on it and, you know, things like that, and arcade games and stuff like that, but then I play my Xbox mainly for my first person shooters, because I love the controller so much, and the community for it as well is better. I feel that there's more of a community on the Xbox for playing first person shooters than there is in the PlayStation, although I will say the PlayStation does have a strong community, and I'm not dissing it in any way, shape or form, because I love that community as well, but I just prefer the Xbox. Right now I'm playing with a good group of lads that are on my friends list. I don't want to start naming names because I'll probably upset some people if I don't mention them, but I play with a great group of lads now, and the difference between like the community from when I first started off to the community now is that everybody communicates through YouTube. So a lot of people learn their gameplay, a lot are learning their skills, and, you know, how to play the game, where to run the maps, how to run the maps, you know, how to play certain game types. They're all learning that through watching videos and gameplays and commentaries, and that's a big thing now, and gaming is, that comes along with it, you know, it goes hand in hand, people talking about the game and making it a lot better, because games are bigger and better than ever before, and that's not going to change, that's only going to get bigger. The communities now are massive, everybody plays gaming now. Used to be looked upon as like, you know, maybe like something like kids only done, and like something that adults shouldn't really be doing, but nowadays it's just everyone plays gaming just because it's absolutely amazing and everybody loves it, and the community has changed that way, where you do get a lot more folk communicating and talking away now, but then what that brings is a lot of people, like a lot of kids want to fight and argue with you, and, you know, you get a little bit of violence here, racism and stuff like that, but that's all good banter, you know, I don't mind all that. It's for me it's good banter. I'll enjoy a good argument over Xbox Live just like the next person does, don't get me wrong, I fucking love it, but there's that divide sometimes as well, where you can just start, and then I think that's where a lot of rage quitting comes from, because, you know, people bad mouthing people before they start that game or whatever, and then when they get fucked over a couple of times by this person that's been rage talking them, is you know, that they're going to get pissed off and don't want to face them, so then they end up leaving, and that's what ends up ruining the game. So when I play solo, a lot of times I just get pissed off, because a lot of the time your team just goes for kills, it doesn't go for the gameplay. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you can go into a game where your team is helping you and it's just a bunch of randoms and it is good fun. But 9 times out of 10 you're going to go in there, no one's going to communicate, no one's going to no one's going to capture flags and help you capture flags. They're just going to do everything by themselves solo and try and get kill streaks, because that's just the game it's turned out to be these days. Now hopefully with Modern Warfare 3 coming out, all that will change because of the point streaks and like getting streaks for like objective gameplay. So hopefully that will help change that and help bring that gun to gun action back that we all love. And I think now the community is stronger and bigger than ever, that you meet so many people. There's like your friends list is full. I know mine's is, and I mean I maybe not talk to everybody on that list, but pretty much everyone's playing Modern Warfare 2, and that's what happens. I'm a big multiplayer person, and I just pick up a lot. Everyone on that friends list just plays first person shooters basically, or FIFA. And that's what I'm trying to say is, like, if you don't play with friends, or you think that playing solo is going to be better, then what I want to tell you is, get out there, talk to some people, communicate, try and make some friends, and just get out there and play with them, because it's 10 times better and you'll love it, trust me. And it changed my gameplays, it's changed me from having bad days to having good days, and it's brilliant. So that's my thoughts on the community and how I progressed through the community as a gamer. Hope you enjoyed the video, folks. Please rate, thumbs up, subscribe, suck my dick, fuck my mother, the usual.